Hi guys, Obi Dave here.
And I am Ash.
Together, Obi Dave and I am Ash are us.
They are we.
We are they.
They'll smell of a mountain goat.
The couple have no name.
Hi, welcome. Hope you're feeling as weird and crazy as we are today.
Vala Magrulis.
Ooh, I can't remember the return.
Vala Doharis.
Vala Doharis. Nice. Remember.
We're rewatching Game of Thrones because, controversially, we both think that House of the Dragon is a bit pants. And we've been watching it with an open mind.
Yep.
And there was one episode that was great with the battle and stuff. I really enjoyed it. But it's just talking. There's no journeys. We could talk about this forever.
Yeah.
Which we're not going to.
No.
But off the back of it, we started rewatching Game of Thrones. And it's just worlds apart, isn't it?
So amazing. It's so exciting. The brutality, the storyline, it's just second to none. It was a reason why it was one of the biggest series of its time.
Yeah. But speaking of binging things, last year, probably this time last year, we binged the whole of Friends start to finish.
We did.
That's something we both enjoy watching. I've always called it cup of tea watching Friends because it's not going to change your life. It's not drama and it's not crazy, but it's a nice soothing cup of tea. So like you put an episode of Friends on and you just kind of go.
I know what you're saying. To rewatch it, I'd agree with that. For me, it was different. Like I was so moved by the series that, like I said to you, when the final episode was aired, it was on New Year's Eve in the UK, and me and my bro were in London celebrating, and every pub that we went into was showing obviously the final episode, and I got really emotional. I was like, I'd been watching it from the start.
The final episode was though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I like Friends.
I
know it's not. A lot of guys would be like, "Oh, you like Friends?" Blah blah blah. But I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
I thought it was good. But Lisa Kudrow has gone on Conan's podcast. Conan's podcast. Jesus Christ. Lisa Kudrow started watching Friends after Matthew Perry's passing. So it was sad when he died. I remember we reacted to a couple of things over at the Office Blokes as well about him and some of his best moments and stuff. But we were rewatching Friends when he died.
Yeah.
Weren't we? So we were already a few seasons in.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. There was loads on Instagram. Some people are amazing with their editing and like showing like, when he's moving in with Monica and Joey gives him that hug. And they have that moment. It was just like, I'm going to miss you, man. And it's like, oh my God.
I saw someone had edited together a reel the other day of Friends, but it's only Ross and he has no friends. And it's like him dancing around on his own to the theme tune, but there's no one around him. And then him just sat alone, just eating in a restaurant and then sat at home alone. It's like, it's pretty sad, actually.
It is pretty sad.
Yeah. But anyway, let's do this. This is Lisa Kudrow started watching Friends after Matthew Perry died. Jen
Aniston said once that she said that when you guys are doing Friends that you don't. It just occurred to me right now. Lisa doesn't like it when the audience is laughing. It's something she's said. Like you would say something and it would get a big laugh and it would irritate you
because they were laughing for too long. It wasn't that funny. That's why. It wasn't an honest response, and it irritated me.
Yeah.
It's like you're just ruining the timing of the rest of the show. I mean, there are other lines. I didn't say it. Sometimes I would just look out. They'd be laughing too long, and sometimes I would just look out and go, "Come on." Really angry.
I can see that. But I understand. But no, I would happily let those laughs splash along.
Yeah. Because a TV show is not for the studio audience. It's made for the TV viewers at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who we're in service to.
Right.
If it were a stage play, laugh as long as you want. I'll figure out things to keep my character busy.
Right.
Waiting to continue with it. That's fine, But then it's being filmed, and now I'm just sort of like standing there. And then you do like things that you hate, just like, nah, that's right, I said that, And, it's terrible. I think they instructed our audience not to do anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I like a warm up person who tells the crowd don't laugh.
Well, we did so many takes. They did stop laughing.
Yeah.
Which then made the writers think, all right, it doesn't work. It's like, well, it worked. It worked the first time. And then, all right, well, let's come. And so they'd come up with alternates.
Right.
We took 6 to 8 hours to shoot a half hour. But all I knew was, you're going to take the laugh track from the first take anyway and move it to whichever take this is. So who's suffering because they're not laughing? I'm okay if they're not laughing as hard. We can keep going.
Right.
We can.
That's going to have blown some people's minds. That
Yeah,
they do
definitely.
That, but it's like such common practice.
It is, yeah. Have you seen a lot of the outtakes? You know, when they make me piss so much. They're so good. It must have been so much fun working together for all those years and getting close with each other.
Every now and again, an article comes out about America's Got Talent and about X Factor and all, or like Britain's Got Talent and all these programs.
Yeah.
People in the crowd say, I was there and that wasn't the reaction the crowd gave to that person.
Yeah, I get
And it's
that.
like, really? You don't know that by now?
I know, yeah.
That they're cherry picking the best audience reactions and putting it over whichever act they like.
Yeah.
To get people to go, oh, everyone loves them. I want to be like everyone. I love them too.
It's like
Proper
how you and I
mentality.
Well, it's like you and I have become a bit cynical, like when we watch Naked and Afraid. It's like, was that before the argument or after the argument? Was that before he got the fish, or like that? And because they clip it to make it more dramatic.
Yeah, like the producers over at it might be Discovery who make Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. It's still a good show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Don't ruin it with the drama.
No, I know.
Although they keep editing in the sounds of like
The same
birds that aren't there.
No, I know. It was so annoying.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, but it wasn't up to me.
Yeah.
Because I was just an actor on a show.
When you see a Friends on, does that affect you in any way, or is it just?
Well, I used to not be able to watch it at all. I mean, I'd see it on and be like mildly interested, and then I'd see me and say, that's enough of that. I can't bear it. And then, well, listen, after Matthew died, I could start watching the show again because it wasn't about me. It had to do with him for some reason. And so I have started watching Friends. Not started like season 1 and, but there are marathons on, and I have spent at times since he died all day long watching the show.
It's interesting. And now you can see, and you can enjoy the show. You can enjoy Matthew. You can enjoy what he's doing.
Yeah, everyone is phenomenally hilarious to me.
You started doing that show, and you called me up.
Uh-oh.
You would.
I don't have an eye for what's going to be a hit.
Well,
I want to say that.
No. That was nothing about that.
Okay, great.
You called me up, and you were raving about
Matthew.
And you were saying he's so funny, and there was part of me, there was part of me that was jealous. Like I was okay.
Yeah.
I make you laugh pretty hard, and you were like, no, you don't understand. This guy's really.
I wasn't that bad.
No, you weren't. But
that's literally an episode of Friends, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where someone at Monica's work is really funny,
and Chandler gets really
upset
jealous,
by it.
yeah.
That's that in real life,
It
but
is,
with
yeah.
Conan instead.
Absolutely, that's hilarious.
this guy's really.
I wasn't that bad.
No, you weren't. But I'm just saying, it's. I think that's human.
Is it?
What?
I was just surprised you classified it as part of you was jealous
Yeah.
instead of your entire being.
What I meant, I was excluding bone, like bone and sinew, but my entire spirit.
I see.
No, there was part of me that was just like,
Sure.
and then I was watching him and going, "Yep."
Yeah.
So-
Well, no, because I mean, you are the funniest person I know.
No, that's not what this is about.
One of the funniest people I know. Well, now it's hard to hear, you
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
But
no.
it is true. That's just a fact.
But I was so.
But he was such a huge. I thought that Chandler character, when I read it, and I went, "Oh, they have a gay character. That's good." I thought that's all I heard. That's all I heard. And so at the table read, I just did a double take at him. Oh my God. That I never even in a million years could have envisioned anyone playing the character like that and with his own rhythm and everything. It's his own.
Impeccable timing and...
Impeccable timing, but also just hilarious. I mean, honest to God, shooting those titles in the fountain was a nightmare. You know, I don't like discomfort, but at all. Mild, any kind. I don't like it.
Right.
And that fountain was cold. And it was very late at night. We'd done, I think, 500 takes of dancing. Unmotivated dancing is hard too, right? That's just, it's hard.
When one's in a fountain, one does dance. When a bunch of young New Yorkers are in a fountain, they dance.
You know, and then hey, what if you play with that scarf, you know, stuff, and you just get like, no, I don't want, it's not funny. I don't want, you know. I was a real joy. But... And it was so cold, and we had to keep doing it. And Matthew, and they said, we're going to do one more take. And he said, one more? Okay. Can't remember a time I wasn't in a fountain. Seriously. Can't remember a time I wasn't wet. What are we, wet? What are we, wet in a fountain? What are we, dancing in a fountain? Yeah, I mean...
And this is before the show has even come on.
Right.
So that's also important to know is no one's a star.
And it wasn't they hadn't written him like that yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know when I've laughed so hard. And so I'm not kidding. You see us laughing.
Yep.
And it's because he had just said, they're like, all right, ready? We're going to go again. What are we going in again? Are we going to do it again? And just laughing hysterically, doubled over. And that's in the titles.
He came on our show.
That's really sweet.
It is, isn't it?
That is amazing that he was Chandler.
They obviously moulded the character around his personality, and it just worked. Didn't either Matt LeBlanc read for Chandler originally, or Matthew Perry read for Joey or something? I'm sure,
no, you're probably right.
I think one of them may have read for a different character, and then it was like, no, that's not working.
You.
Come back and do something. It might have been Joey, because he was only supposed to be a bit part, wasn't he? He was supposed to be like a side character. I don't know.
It's really good though.
Yeah.
Quickly doubled over, and that's in the titles.
He came on our show not long after that and showed up early, and so we got to hang around and talk to him, and he was so excited.
Yeah.
They had just shot the episode with Jill Goodacre where he's trapped in a ATM
vestibule.
With Jill Goodacre. And
I just wanted to say vestibule. I was proud I remembered the word. Sorry, go on. I'm ruining your timing.
No,
now.
but it's bring it on. Yum, 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 yum. Blood pressure falling.
It's your medicine.
Years being added to my life because of unmotivated laughter.
So he was on talking about Jill Goodacre.
No, we were. Yeah. This wasn't even on TV. We were just outside in the 6th floor. And he was just so filled with joy and excitement. And he was saying, and I got to shoot the scene with Jill Goodacre. Jill Goodacre, she's beautiful. And I was like, he was like, it's all going so well. And things, as everything plays out, it's terribly, terribly sad. But and I just have this tiny, tiny fraction of moments here and there with him. But I inevitably go back to those moments where he was, at the wedding and early on, and when I would see him and he was just so happy, so talented. So, that's a little bit of a blessing is when you can go back and see that.
Yeah. I mean, and also, look, that was, everyone was so excited. And I think for some people, and he was definitely one of them. It's, oh my God, this would be really good. Everything will be fixed now,
Yeah.
And that's not how it goes.
Well, we've seen that a lot, which is if people and I think I bring this up a lot, but I think I've seen a lot of people become famous or get famous or start in a certain place, and I've had an interesting vantage point on it. And what I've seen time and time and time again, which I wish I could tell people, is there's a lot that's kind of nice nice about being successful, and that's nice about having someone be happy to see you. It doesn't fix anything. Mm-mm. If something is broken, if something is cracked or something needs mending, it will not fix any of that. In fact, it probably hurts.
Yeah, because
that is
the disappointment.
And the rage. Wait a minute, I got the thing I wanted. Now I'm famous. I got the house. I got the attention. And why the fuck isn't this fixed? And it's like, well, no, that's a whole, this is a clear broth. This isn't going to do anything for that.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel that.
That's a really deep comment, isn't it? That's incredible.
Absolutely.
Like, I've always thought this, like, it must be so hard to be famous because of that, like, that line, like you're saying, like, but even people who are famous who think that's going to fix everything, you get that in general life, don't you? Like, people think, oh, I've got the big job, it's going to fix all my problems. And it's sad that people think that something's going to fix it instead of looking at what is causing the problem.
I mean, we've had this conversation recently. I'm happier now, even though I've got no job, and, you know, we're just doing this YouTube channel together, than I was when I had a job and was at the Office Blokes and it was really successful and stuff like that. I'm much happier now. There's less pressure, but also I was in the wrong environment in a lot of ways and stuff. And it's nothing like that. I'm not comparing myself in any way to that. But it's just amazing how the perception can be, oh, everything's going really well and stuff like that. And actually, it's not always the case, is it?
No, definitely not.
And like me being skint and being a fucking student bum at the moment, and I'm like 10 times happier than I was then.
Well, you're also going in a direction that you want to go in as well, which helps. And I think that's the big thing for people is they get, you know, trapped in jobs that maybe they're not really suited to, and they just carry on because they're good at it.
I think when you've got a lot of people, when you've got a lot of eyeballs on you, if there are things, it adds 10 times the pressure to it than if no one's watching you.
Yeah, 100%.
A little bit, and it exacerbates anything that you might not be happy about or worries you might have and stuff, because there's a bit more of a weight and a feeling of responsibility on the things you do like that. Whereas like stepping back a little bit takes a hell of a lot of pressure off.
Yeah.
It's like saying, not comparing myself in any way, but I kind of do sympathise with that to a degree.
I get that.
This is a clear broth. This isn't going to do anything for that.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel that it's like, because I remember thinking that before, you know, when I was struggling, having my ramen noodles every night and, you know, everything, and thought, like, someone I know, like, would become famous or something, and I'd think, oh, God, see, then if everyone loves you, then, you know, you'll give yourself, you'll love you. Like, without even realizing how sick that was. It was like, that's the healing power of fame. But luckily I had therapy before Friends and did understand. But I know it's at the root of all that is like, because if everything goes well and everybody loves me, then I will submit to loving myself too. And I think that's the problem. I mean, I think we think there's something shameful in loving yourself, or you're going to be an asshole if you do, but that's not what love is.
Jesus.
So I've got to go because I think I've just healed all of you. Your blood pressure dropped.
You did
20
actually.
points just now.
You are,
and you're welcome.
You are. There's all the things that people know about you, being incredibly funny and brilliant and having this great just career. I don't know that people understand how wise you are. Of all my friends, which is fortunately for me, I know a lot of people. I think you're one of the wisest people I know.
Come on.
I'm serious. No, in terms of like, in terms of just
stop lying.
In terms of people, you've always been people and what life really is and what's important. I think you're very gifted that way.
Oh, thanks.
So I think we're going to end on that. Right. And thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
seriously,
you.
And congratulations on the new show because I love it. And
good.
Yay. The idea that these very impossibly cool guys called you up and said, we've always wanted to work with you. You, Lisa Kudrow, that's just, it makes perfect sense to me. And
thanks.
It's very cool.
It was thrilling for me.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, next time come up with a better, Conan O'Brien blank,
I'm perfectly happy, thrilled, honored, grateful, I said again, about being Conan O'Brien's friend.
There you go. That's it.
With anger.
There's the anger.
Nice.
They have such a cute relationship. What a lovely friendship.
Yeah.
What show? You looked at me as well. We both don't know. It doesn't say. We're going to have to just Google it at some point.
Let's Google it now.
I'm getting hungry.
Lisa Kudrow, Time Bandits? Time Bandits.
Ooh.
She seems very nice and not at all floopy.
No, down to earth. She's not Phoebe at all.
No, she's not, is she? We both agreed when we rewatched it that Phoebe and Joey are actually the two best characters in the whole thing.
100%.
By far.
They add so much to the group, and like Phoebe's little plots and manipulation in the group, the way she works things and works people is unreal.
She has a little dark side at the beginning, doesn't she?
God.
She's very manipulative.
I think she has a dark side all the way
comes
through.
from a good place.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, she seems nice, and their relationship does seem really genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice.
I really enjoyed that.
Right then, I hope you guys enjoyed it too. As always, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye, guys.